What's going on? This your boy, All Logic, No Emotions, and I'm back with another video. So in this video, man, I want to talk about, and this is for people that feel purposeless, hopeless, and just kind of in a, I wouldn't say content state, but stuck. Because I think being content and stuck is two different things. When you're content, you're happy with where you are, and you have no desire to get any further at the moment. But when you're stuck, you kind of feel in your mind that there's no way up, but also you can't go down. So honestly, a lot of the times from what I see from people is that we just live in this world where that's the way the government and that's the way society wants you to be. So the society government wants you to go to work, go home, pay your taxes, do your normal routine if you got children, or and put money back into the economy, pay bills, and do it all over again. It's easy to get in that excuse me, in that rhythm. Excuse me. It's easy to get in that rhythm and become content and or stuck, because that's exactly what they want. That's what the government and society is pushing. And that's why a lot of people are going to and pressing to be business owners and et cetera, et cetera. The problem with that is that you have to really stand out to be a business owner. You have to really stand out to be, a boss, because it's a lot of people doing the same things you're trying to do, depending on what you do, and they may be better at it. And there's so many that you can only offer so many services that people are going to want to buy. And that's why a lot of businesses are oversaturated. That's why a lot of markets of certain businesses are oversaturated, especially depending on where you live. You have to really stand out. And I can understand, even when you got a business, you feel hopeless and you feel like, what do I want to do with my time? How do I want to proceed? I think like they got those gig apps, like those delivery apps. I watch a lot of content on people that do that. They just happen to do it, but they talk about other stuff too. And they're saying that those apps are going downhill. I'm not gonna say I'm the most frequent user of those apps, but I do use them, especially when I'm out of town, and I can understand why they're going downhill. The fees, especially when I was out of town the other week, I can understand why they're going downhill. The fees that they charge the consumers, and the just the overall pricing of the food due to this convenience of coming to your house, which I understand. I mean, they're in the business to make money, so as things rise, you have to understand that, you either gonna pay or you just not gonna use the service. And that's what a lot of things. Like, I feel like, you either pay or you're just not gonna use the service. But it's unfortunate, like, how the shit works when we get raises, at our jobs or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Depending on what you do, or if you work, you get these raises, and then you think that yes, it's looking up, even though the raise is probably just going to go into taxes. It's going to raise what you get paid after taxes, but you're going to pay that raise in taxes, so it's really not a raise. So there's a lot of scams they run on people, man, and then they wonder why people don't really desire to work for people anymore, because what's the point? Especially if they're not paying you a livable wage. You don't want to keep going to work every day and you're not getting paid a livable wage to maintain. What the fuck is the point of that? What's the fun in that? You want to work every day just to barely get by. That's what a lot of people are doing. And then you wonder why the morale's down and people aren't motivated to provide good customer service, which I don't think is an excuse. I feel like if you're working in these fields and you're in customer service and things like that, you should do your job. But The morale's down because the pay is that the pay is down. The pay is up, my bad. The pay is up. But compared to what the cost of living is, it's down. Because every time people in society get a raise, everything has to go up to supplement for the raise. So the consumers and the workers, and the producers and the workers suffer. So it's like a circle. It's a circle. It's like a rat. It's like a hamster wheel. And that's what they want you to get trapped in, is the hamster wheel, so they can have control over you. A lot of what this world is control. Um, they want to control everything you do, you say, and social media is part of it. That's why social media is put here. You see all these people, they get on there and they do things and say things and commit crimes and they film it. You're doing the work for them. You know what I'm saying? The police and government, especially when you pick up a camera and want to show off the people that really don't care. Because once you go to jail or prison, they're going to forget about you and they're not going to care about you. So you're doing the work for them. And those, I know those platforms were put into place. I'm not going to say initially, but eventually they became, the government's playground, to where people just can't put down the camera and keep shit to themselves. You got people out here, they getting their money and they don't have access. Like, the internet is big but small at the same time. So you got people that get on the internet, they get they have a little money, or they get their money and they spend it on these women's OnlyFans. And like these women nowadays are so brazen. You'll hit their DMs, they'll be like, it's Cash App for my number, or send me a Cash App in general. And these dudes is dumb to do it, because they're thinking with their little leg instead of their big head. So yeah, you can't be moving like that, bro, because you taking money out of your kid's pocket, out of your kid's pocket, out of your what you call it, out of your kid's pocket, out of your family, you know what I'm saying, your house, all because you're trying to appease a woman that don't care. She a lot of them that be doing that, they're desperate for money. They broke. But they're quick to call somebody else broke. But they're broke. So keep your money in your pocket nowadays. Save your money. It's okay to save money. Stop getting out here wasting money. But I'm not saying don't go do nothing with your life. Like, have fun at the same time, but save your money. Anything that's not a anything that's not a necessity. Let's say I said necessity, but it's a vice. You know what I'm saying? Which is probably bad for you. I think you should quit doing it. You don't need to drink. You don't need to do drugs. You don't need, because I don't do that stuff, but you don't need to drink. You don't need to do drugs. You don't need that stuff, man. And I guarantee you, and it's easier said than done for some. I used to drink and smoke weed. And it was an interesting experience. I wasted so much money that I wish I can go back and have, because it would have, made my life a little bit different earlier than expected. But I felt like, going through that and kind of using that as a coping mechanism is what made me who I am today. Because of it, I was able to overcome. And then I started to read books and watch YouTube videos and doing things to learn how to cope better, you know what I'm saying, with things I was going through in my life at the time. And I'm able to think clearly and able to see what my money is and put it towards other things that matter more. But if you're feeling hopeless and you're feeling, stuck, keep your head up, man. And nothing's forever. It's just a moment in time, and this is your season, you know what I'm saying? That it may not be going your way, but eventually it will go your way, man. But just hold tight and just understand that it's temporary. Don't let it affect you and how you proceed with your day and your life. And don't let people tell you what you can and can't do. Just keep doing the best that you can, and lock in and stay focused on your purpose. You'll get to where you need to go, but you have to be willing to put in the work to get there, man. And just stay strong, man. Keep faith in God, and understand that you can overcome. You will overcome. Just sit down, take a few seconds, take a few minutes, a couple hours or whatever, a day, if you need to, maybe a couple, and formulate a game plan and start executing it, because honestly, that's probably what you're going to need to do. If you feel like you need to get a job to stack up a little extra dollars, you know what I'm saying, and to fund your next goal and plan in life, but don't just have one goal. Have a myriad of goals and a myriad of opportunities that you want to accomplish. And take those opportunities and try all of them. You know what I'm saying? Not all at the same time, but go down the list, because something might pop for you. You know what I'm saying? But let it be things that you have a passion for. So in the build up to it, you know what I'm saying, you don't mind donating some of your time to a passion that you love, with an eventual hopeful goal of to be paid on the back end. So yeah, y'all be safe out there. Y'all be smooth, man, and keep your head up out there. Anybody who need to hear this, y'all be blessed. I'm praying for y'all, and I pray for everybody. I don't care if I don't really care for you or I care for you. I pray for everybody, because this world is a spiritual warfare, man, and only the strongest is going to survive. And don't engage with people, ladies and gentlemen. Don't give people your energy. A lot of people nowadays aren't really happy, so that's one thing you have to understand. They're not happy. So just keep your composure, stay strong, keep your head up, and understand that it's just a moment in time. It's your boy, All Logic, No Emotion. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be blessed, and we're going to start pushing out more content more consistently. Check out the 2 videos I posted yesterday and all the other content, I have in the eye. So peace out. Y'all be blessed.